one point I forgot to add. I'd like to say we got to let go of a lot of our hangups too. We got a lot of hangups about different things. I remember, and I'm gonna throw all three of y'all under the bus real quick. I remember one of my first higher definition. No, this is a real thing though, and it doesn't matter whether you agree with it or not. It just tells you the hangup. One of my first higher definitions.
Edit this out if it goes to left.
One of my first higher definition shows I was on. One of my part-time jobs was doing to keep my business afloat was being like a caregiver, and these guys, the father was dying or on his kind of on his deathbed. One of the brothers lives here in Charlotte. The other brothers live out of town, and a brother was in town, and I brought up on higher definition that this made me think. One of the brothers rubbed his brother's shoulders, and I said I made light of like. I looked at that and I realized that there was nothing wrong, and y'all guys roasted me. Y'all said, man, that's cool with rubbing shoulders. Now this is a little bit too far. But I realized that these was two blood brothers. That wasn't what it was. You know what I'm saying? This was my hang up. They the same thing he's talking about. Those people holding hands. This was my hang up, my trauma, my curse that had me looking at this some kind of way. They didn't think anything about it. And so those are the types of things I think we got to let go of some of our hangups. I'm not saying we're going to be rubbing each other's shoulders or whatever, but there's other things like that. Where do you draw the line? You don't know what the trauma and the curse is. And when my uncle was dying, this brought it full circle to me. My uncle was dying, and he knew I was going through this the last month, taking care of him. Only thing made him feel better, the last 2 or 3 weeks he was dying, he wanted people to massage him. His back and his sides and his kidneys and his livers. And then that hit me that this stupid way of thinking, I'm thinking, these two brothers was touching each other. And in that moment, I let all that trauma go though. Because my uncle said, just rub on, I just forgot all of that. I let it go. I'm not worried about what it looked like to nobody, what nobody think. I'm just where at? Right. Where? He's like right there, it feels good. So these are life lessons to me. I'm looking. And we could go through these things, and I could have learned nothing from all of that. I could have just said that was terrible what they did and whatever. But I put that together in my mind and started realizing like these traumas that we go through that have us feeling ways and hangups about some things. And I don't know if rubbing shoulders, none of us want to do that, but where do we need to check ourselves on some of these hangups?
But I think that it goes back to what Everett talked about as well. It's like for black men, it's almost like you can't show weakness because a lot of people will try to take advantage of that. How many people, and me being guilty myself, have asked someone, how you doing? And it's just out of formality. I'm not really truly concerned with how they doing. Say if you even in the work environment, hey, good morning, how you doing? And they may say fine and you keep on moving. It's just what it is. But how many of us really want to know how that person is doing? And if they unpack that stuff on them, and I'll give an example. Even my wife the other week, just Holy Spirit put on her just to check on a person that we hadn't talked to in a while. She was like, this has been on my spirit. I need to check on them. And she called her. And when I tell you, initially it started out, kind of formal. Hey, yeah, this is happening, this and that, the little front and stuff. And then as they got into it, found out that, she's been going through a whole lot. With the kids, with things like that. She hadn't really been able to talk to anybody. So I took that situation to say, how many other of us, even brothers, are hurting like that and don't want to say that because we don't want to be looked at as being weak. So it's like Everett talked about. So we hold on to it. You have ulcers. You have heart problems. We gaining weight. You're putting just stuff under and emotional eating and stuff like that. You kind of just sweeping all these things under the rug for the purpose of not looking weak. But what is the cost of that?
Season's greetings from Higher Definition Radio. I want to bring an important message as we go into this new year. We're noticing a lot of changes within the church, and really it's blasphemy. We're looking at ushers wearing Skechers, kids, and all types of white shoes that are not ordained by God. Please go back to the regular usher shoes. And these last shoes are 100% ordained by the church and God. Do not be disobedient and out of order. Good evening. Welcome to Higher Definition Radio. Want to hope everyone's having a great holiday season. Probably the most productive day on your job will be tomorrow. There's not a lot of activities that are productive going on tomorrow. People will be there talking about their babies and grandbabies and Santa Claus, but it is not a lot of productive work going on. Oh, besides Fred's line of work, Fred, how are you, sir?
I can't complain, man. Cannot complain at all.
You been doing well, sir?
I can, man. I can. Monty, I was looking. The only thing on the pair of shoes that I did not notice is I think they're supposed to be the SAS, or is that SAS or SAS or what?
Yeah.
It's that, like, that's the official shoe of Usher.
Man, have you looked at them costs?
Listen, man, I think they roughly 175, 180. I was looking at the cost while online. So they roughly 175. But man, it costs to be the boss. To have the white glove, the knife hand, and the SAS shoes, you command respect.
I want to say good evening, everyone. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone that's watching and joining us tonight. We have a great show lined up. Great conversation lined up. Anytime we got J-Mac that's able to show up, and here go Marlon. Talk about it's too early for this foolishness. Shout out to Marlon and his family. Marlon probably right now singing Spend the Night somewhere. Oh, goodness. J-Mac, how are you, sir? How you been?
If I was any better, I'd be you. I'm doing good.
Yeah, that's a good thing now. I guess a good thing. How the teaching world going, sir?
We are finally on break. Teachers need the breaks more than the students do. So year's been going well. Got a good group of kids. So I'm enjoying work. I'm still enjoying it. I haven't got tired of it yet.
Again, we commend you for being an educator, a male educator. Very low numbers on that. And you add in your skin color or your ethnicity, it's even lower, sir. So we commend you for educating our youth. So thank you for everything you do to educate our kids.
2%.
Oh boy, Mr. Abel, I don't know if that's a sad look. Are you depressed? Everything good, sir?
Now, just checking out my fantasy football team. Like we might get knocked out the first round of the playoffs. So,
I don't even want to talk about that. I got knocked out last week.
Yeah. This has been a sad year, but we'll see what happened tomorrow night. But other than that, man, hanging in there, man, looking forward to a productive week. Ain't really taking no time off at all, really. Just gonna work straight through it, take Christmas off, and that's it.
Oh boy, good. And we have our only female on the panel, but a special one. She's gonna be able to hold it down for all the other ladies.
Got it. You got it? POP, hold me down. We all we got. CMB, all the things.
Uh-oh.
I'm legally blind.
How you doing?
Miss Jennifer.
Legally blind, exactly. I'm legally blind. Mama.
Please introduce yourself, ma'am, because the last time people saw you were on a forum talking about education and educating our kids, and now you're in one. So please update everyone, because now they think they might have voted the wrong way. But go ahead.
Well, good evening, everybody. Merry Christmas. My name is Jennifer Hutchinson, and I am, if you live in Rock Hill, I am your at-large school board trustee. I am the vice chair of the Rock Hill School Board. So I am super excited to be here tonight. Good to see you again, Lamont. Last time I saw you, we were doing this, but we were talking about education, but now I'm ready to talk about some fun, and I'm excited to be with you gentlemen here tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. No, Yeah, I bet you people who saw like I recognize that face. It was a very serious forum we had talking about education.
It was.
It was a whole bunch of leaders, and now you talking about CMB. They probably like, especially my mama. Shout out to my mama.
CMB.
Yeah,
Hey, listen,
We always
I am
got-
who I am. I don't claim to be anything I'm not. So.
Shout out to my parents who are watching. I'm sure my mom has that phone held to my dad's ear and laughing. And did you hear that? Did you hear that? I already know. So good evening, Ma and Dad. And I say this before in a non-joking way, that probably when Higher Definition 17 years ago had one person listening, that's who was listening. You know what I'm saying? And so, of course, over 17 years, we've grown and just do a lot of different things. And the one person that I always see who looking at everything is my mama. Now, my mom probably looking to ask me about who y'all are, you know, who y'all related to. So don't get it twisted now. She want to know who your people are. So in true fashion of my mom, Merry Christmas, Mom and Dad. I know who are watching. This will be an interesting show, and we hope to get you in the right holiday spirit with the title of Who Made the Potato Salad? And the back part of that is the taboo things you don't say at the dinner table during the holidays, or just observations from the dinner table right now. J-Mac laughing. Jeremy, just a
Yes,
quick
sir.
question, sir. Do we ask people who made, you know, which food when it comes to potlucks and stuff at family's house? Do you supposed to ask that?
Yes, you do. Because here's my thing. If I ask who made something and you get offended, that means you yourself know you can't cook. Because if you made something you're proud of it, you like, I made that, and there you go. So it's not my fault you can't cook.
And then the follow-up question, J-Mac, what do you bring to the family gatherings?
Normally, if it's a cookout, I'm always on the fish. Thanksgiving, they say they want some little different, so I smoke some ribs. I can handle the grill sometimes. So I'm not necessarily the macaroni and cheese and potato salad and all that. I'm normally meats, and again, they want me to bring drinks all the time now. So that's my contribution to the dinner.
Okay. Speaking on the guy who bring the plates and the forks and knives, Everett. Is it taboo to ask people who brought what to the gathering?
Man, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. If I ask who made something, it's because I like it. You know what I mean? And I want to know who made it and want to know, you know, what you put in it. And I'm asking like that. But if it's something I don't like, nah, man, why would I try to blast somebody? No. I just if it's edible, I'll try to, you know, get it down. If it ain't, then you know, you just flip your plate over and push it down into the you know, and then put something on top of it. I mean, look, we here, man, enjoy our family, man, have a good time. I don't want nobody leaving no hurt feelings, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I ain't really into, you know, like I said, if I ask who made it, then that means I like it. And as far as what I bring, you know, I just follow instructions, man. Whatever my mama tell me to do, that's what I do. You know, bring some ice, I bring some ice. Make some mashed potatoes, I make some mashed potatoes. I'm just here to help. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to overstep, and I don't want to be in the way.
Man, I don't know if ice is worse than somebody asking you to bring plates and silverware. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got no thought in your skills if they say,
I can cook, but people enjoy my mother's cooking. You know what I mean? So I don't want to you know, mess that up. Like I ain't on her level, so I just stay in my place.
Fred.
Well, I will say this. Now, this is the gospel. Like Everett mentioned ice. I think that's about the extent of what I've been asked to bring to a family gathering. She's asked him about bringing sweet potatoes or mashed potatoes or some other thing like this. I don't ever remember anyone ever asking me to bring anything other than maybe a bag of ice.
Fred, can I tell you a secret?
What's that?
You're a mortician. No one's ever gonna ask you to bring food to a family function. Never.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Seriously, who's gonna ask the mortician
who probably just got off the job to bring some food to their gathering. I don't think that's gonna happen, Fred.
Well, I think even before that, I don't think anyone has ever bragged on my cooking skills. I've never been known as that guy that, man, that dude, he can do like smoking ribs. Now I can eat ribs, I can eat your chicken, but as far as I've tried deep frying a turkey and it was good to me. But now I don't put seasoning in squat. So if someone's like nothing, I'm just not the seasoned guy. So but now I will tell you this, now real talk. People, and I think I shared this a couple weeks ago. Some of my family and friends on the other side, they've gotten creative in how they have that conversation. I was at dinner a couple weeks ago, and the gentleman kind of started the conversation out by saying, hey, by the way, such and such made this and such made this. And I'm just a picky eater anyway, just period across the board. But when I knew who made certain things, I absolutely steered away. Just absolutely. And I just don't know. That was my first time actually seeing the announcement being made as to who made what. But I appreciate it because the house I was at, I was under the assumption that the wife had fixed everything, but I was glad to know that she did not.
I'm just kind of curious, man. Like, what I don't know if you can answer this question, but what would it be about a person that would make you not want to eat their food?
Whatever, it's like the episode of Gertie on Good Times.
My German Shepherd.
Yeah, JJ. So like this, I'm not the guy. I don't have animals in the house. I'm not opposed to anyone that does.
Right. Okay.
However, all because I like my animal in the house and I want my animal in the kitchen while I'm cooking my food, I don't necessarily want to eat your dog's hair.
Gotcha.
Especially if you got cats.
Well, that too. But see, Jeremy, I was trying to, I just didn't want to. That's why I specifically said dog.
If we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. So that's for me. Now, I'm super picky when it comes to eating just regular stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you add that in it with animals, and then I hear about cleanliness or the lack thereof, I can't do it.
Oh, man, shout out to Black folks, man. A lot of us probably should be dead, man. We go to cookouts, and when we were younger, and mayonnaise be sitting out all day, hot dogs with flies out. Had, like, growing up, the meat, been seasoning outside in the 90-degree heat all day. Yeah. Man, shout out to our ancestors, man, who had the cast iron stomachs.
Fred used to lick the side of the smoked ham that they be hanging up in the house.
Oh yeah, licking the salt off of it, man. When you young and just didn't know any better.
We better go to Jennifer. Jennifer, just a quick sidebar question.
Yes.
You ever ask a mortician to bring a dish at a family gathering?
I would not. No, I'm good. Let's let him rest. I'll just say let him rest. And now, especially since he said he didn't add seasoning to his food, I definitely would not be asking him to bring anything to the family gathering.
No.
Is it okay to ask people who made what dish when you show up at their house?
So usually with my family, I know who made what because we all have our signature dishes and we don't typically stray away from that. I am the connoisseur of the casserole, and my specialty is a broccoli casserole. I love making casseroles and I love making broccoli casserole. So I am the queen of that. I took my mother's recipe and spun it and made it better. Sorry, Mama, if you watch it, I'm just telling the truth. You use Hellman's, I use Duke's. It's just different, okay? It's just different, Mama. So it's different. But honestly, with like when it's extra family, I typically kind of pull somebody to the side and say, "Who made that?" But generally, because I'm too old to go home with a stomach flu or an infection, a virus, or anything like that. So I think it's okay to ask. That's just me.
So is this a casserole or a salad?
Casserole. You never had broccoli casserole before?
You warming up
mayonnaise? Yeah, with mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes you put raisins in it too. Like what else?
Oh,
you got
come on
going
now. Don't
That's
do
what
me
he's
like
trying to
that.
say.
No. No, it's mayonnaise, it's chicken, cream of chicken soup. Yes. Chopped onions, cheese. Cook it up.
I
Let's
got
go.
food for this.
I've had it. It's good.
I
Oh, really?
will make you a broccoli casserole.
No, I have no idea, and this is a cultural thing, why African Americans are so anti mayonnaise. Like for
And
whatever
raisins.
reason, anti mayonnaise. Like
Anti-racist.
And who's anti mayonnaise on here?
Nah, I ain't anti mayonnaise.
Oh my gosh! Like not
I
even with a sandwich or a
No,
burger.
no, I'm
I
pro
don't mayonnaise in anything.
Just cold mayonnaise. I don't know about cooking it. Like I ain't never cooked no
What?
mayonnaise.
BLT,
Yeah.
I'll do a very light coating, just enough to
Mm-mm.
lubricate it, but not enough.
shout
Yes,
out to,
mayonnaise.
shout out to Tasha.
So what do you do with potato salad? Because you can put mayonnaise in potato salad.
Nah,
Yeah, I don't eat potato salad.
Yeah,
No potato salad, no deviled eggs, none of the chicken salad. I don't do it.
Whoa.
Hey. I tell people like, don't let the skinny fool you. I like to eat, but I'm a very picky eater. So
Oh my gosh.
what
Can
I like to eat, I'm gonna eat a lot of it, but I don't do nothing with mayonnaise.
So no potato salad, no deviled eggs,
Nope.
no chicken salad, no tuna
Nope.
salad.
Nope.
Where's your card at? Can I have your card?
Oh, you can get my card. I get.
I need
If
your
that's
black
what
card.
it takes to get my card up, then you can have it. But yeah, I don't think
Oh
that's.
my
I don't
God.
think that's a revocable black card offense. Not eating mayonnaise.
I mean, it's the foods that mayonnaise helps produce.
I agree, but it's just the fact of it is what it is.
Oh man.
I want to say
Oh,
good
man.
evening to Tasha, another person that's keeping our mental health straight and understands the assignment from Lamont Rashford. I don't eat leftovers, so and I got very strict rules about leftovers when I think it's a leftover or not. So if it didn't set a little while, even though it might have came, I now in my head say that's a leftover and I won't eat it. So we got one pass for me to eat it and we're done. So man, I ain't know so many people were picky eaters, you know.
Dang.
Very.
So
I got there's another note to the deviled
I
eggs.
love deviled eggs now. That's
I-
my
I can't stand them.
Oh,
No.
that's like a staple black party food.
No.
Baby
I agree.
shower.
Baby
wedding
shower
shower.
food, you got to have the deviled eggs. Like I said, somebody gonna bring chicken salad, tuna salad, something like that. I get all that. I'm just not gonna eat it. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to. I don't judge anybody for what they do, but I don't.
Who's gonna bring tuna to a baby shower?
Like the tuna salad and put on the crackers.
Tuna
Yeah,
salad
people
on
do.
the like the
On the crackers.
croissants.
Fred, you ain't see again, Fred. You're a mortician, and nobody inviting you on no kind of special assignments. They ain't worried about your contribution.
Like I said, we talking about baby shower. That's on the other end of your job. So baby shower, when they get here, you take them out.
Yeah.
Shout out to classmate Terrence Cunningham doing big things in Texas. So a lot of people moved away from Rock Hill after they graduated, and then we end up getting new people like Jennifer who moved to the area.
Hey,
But shout
love
out
it here.
to Stacy. Shout out to you, sir, and all the big things you're doing.
Hey, Stacy.
If the comments wouldn't stuck, I would give him his comment up, but it's stuck. And Dr. Houston, please stay out of this conversation about food. This is not your lane, not your assignment, ma'am. You stay on that fish. I know she's quick to point out she's a pescatarian that only eats fish. So I know when you show up for Christmas, there she go. Look at her. She thinks she's doing something. We already know what's coming at your house. So shout out to you, Dr. Houston, for all the things you do to keep the family laughing during the holidays. J-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay to talk about finances at the Christmas day? You know, because people start to talk and things happen. Is it okay to talk about money at the Christmas dinner table? You know, because somebody gonna bring up, you know, you're looking like new money. Is it okay to talk about that?
If I'm making a joke, like I said, about new, if you pull up in a new car, you know, look at new money, look at this. If you're doing better than me financially, and I'm asking for some advice, cool, all that's fine. But if I know you struggling for whatever reason, whether it's your fault, lost a job, whatever, I think that would be taboo because now you're getting into people's business. What you cook, that's my business because I got to eat that. Your finances, yeah, you know, if I pull you to the side, hey, everything good, you need some help with something, you know, whatever, but that's something you do on the side. So if it's on a positive side, I think you can talk about it.
Jennifer, what part of South Carolina I knew you went to Clemson. What part of South Carolina you from?
I'm from Columbia, from the Met.
And then you went to Clemson?
I did. You know, I grew up in Columbia. My parents went to USC. I just was trying to get away from Columbia.
So,
and I'm proud, even though we lost yesterday. It's okay. We didn't get smushed like the other schools. I'm looking forward to another good 2025. We're gonna beat them Gamecocks next year. I ain't worried about it. We still got 30 up on them. It's all good. Go Tigers.
Y'all better start paying these players something, man.
And we did. We finally, and Dabo finally went into the portal. We got 2 so far, so I'm looking forward to a healthy roster next season.
So Jennifer looked like she might be the entertainment at the Christmas dinners, and telling people's kids what to do. Is it okay to talk about money at the dinner table, Jennifer?
I mean, I'll say this.
You double clutching.
So no, I think it can be a little bit taboo. I think for us and when I say us, I mean me and my cousins, we kind of talk about it because our parents are getting older. I don't want to be serious when I say all this, but our parents are getting older. So we do like to talk about, what the plans are for later in life and just how financially we'll be able to support our parents because, we're all getting to that age where, things are cycling, life is cycling. So we do talk about those things, but we don't typically talk about if you lost your job or how can we help you, how we support you, and how can we support you at the Christmas table. But we do find ourselves talking about our parents and finances for the future for them.
Everett, I already know you, sir. You don't talk about money on the brightest day. So is it okay to be talking about money at the table or you just getting up and walking away?
It may depend on what conversation you're talking about. Me and you were in the Army together, and you used to laugh at me because you would ask me how much money I made, even though like I'm my rank, how long I've been in. It ain't even a question. But I still don't like talking about that. Like even if that ain't something I want to talk about. Like I don't talk about it with coworkers. I don't talk about it with family. My wife know how much I make. I know how much she make. We talk about like finances, but unless I'm asking you for money, you don't need to know nothing about what I'm doing. But I think what Jennifer was saying is really where I think we need to be having these conversations. Maybe not at Christmas, but at some point you got to sit down and talk about what we got going on. Who got life insurance? What's the plan? Because it is difficult, and Fred when a lot of folks don't know that a person don't have no insurance until that person passed away, and so we should be having some of these conversations, even though they've been taboo in the Black community. You just don't want to be that family with a GoFundMe just to try to afford a cremation or passing around a hat. And so yeah, we should be having more of these, and it's hard, man, because it's not something that we grew up hearing, parents and grandparents actually talking about money. It's just not something we grew up hearing. At least I didn't grow up hearing.
Fred, I mean, you are in that line of work where, man, yeah. Is it okay for you to be at the dinner table talking about money? Like, hey, y'all got that life insurance paid up, or what's going on?
Well, fortunately, our family on our side, on every side, is small. So for the most part, we kind of know who's got their things together and who doesn't, who doesn't. And so I think we're pretty good on that. I will say, like, I agree with Jeremy to a pretty good degree. Like if I have to have this conversation with someone one-on-one because because I see they're struggling, I would rather do that outside and not with the group. But then I'm even still mindful to even have that conversation because I learned this from my younger brother. If you ask somebody about their financial situation,
be prepared.
Now you almost put yourself in a position where they think you're going to help. Mm-hmm. So, so I'm pretty slow on asking that question, especially if I don't feel like I'm in a position where I can. But one thing I will say that we are doing more in our family. We are having more conversations around the dinner table about investments or CDs or things, certificates. So those are conversations that we are having more in my family circle. That our parents did not have they didn't have those conversations. And I'll say this, and I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. I've learned a lot just by hearing Everett talk, just kind of in general about things that they're doing to kind of get ahead of the game. And it really not that I'm trying to compete with him, but it helps me to change the way I think about finances. So and those are just over conversations, nothing structured, organized, just sitting there having a meal and random conversations come up. And that's how we kind of got on the financial aspect of investing.
Yeah, we grew up hearing about conversations about Finger Hut and
buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Going to Tyco Credit, all that kind of stuff.
That's it. Tyco Credit.
Jennifer, I got a question for you. It's holiday season. A lot of office parties going on right now. People baking goods, making goods. If a male coworker made you some cookies and you didn't get to eat all those cookies, do you bring those cookies home, or what happens to those cookies?
You mean if he made it specifically for me?
Or you? You like peanut butter cookies or chocolate chip? Just friendly coworker stuff. You bring them cookies home, or what happens?
I can bring the cookies home. Like I can bring the cookies home. I got little kids, so I can bring the cookies home.
You saying that too fast? You bring the cookies home with a story, like where the cookies came from?
Sorry. Yeah.
Churches, Jennifer. I don't know how to go.
Yes, I'm bringing the cookies home with the truth. So I do have a coworker, actually his wife. Bakes.
Okay. His wife.
She bakes. And she makes cookies. And they actually made me a big thing of cookies.
They were pressing out them cookies together.
They were pressing the cookies together. Okay. Yes.
Relax.
Okay, I don't know how it worked. You were double clutching the storage every day.
I want some milk and cookies.
Yeah.
Him downstairs.
Cookies get made at the job. Somebody know you like peanut butter or Rice Krispie treats. It's holiday season, man. Everybody in a good mood. Do you bring them cookies home, or what's going on?
Nah, man. Look, if a coworker want to make me and my wife some cookies, like why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You and your wife some cookies, huh?
That's right.
Yeah, man. What? I don't get the controversy. Like,
squirming in their seats, and
we like cookies around here.
We like cookies too.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah. What you trying to get at? That's what I don't understand.
I'm just asking a question, man. It's holiday time, man, with Christmas parties. I just want to ask a question.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm gonna bring our cookies home, man. And we just
our cookies.
Our cookies. That's right.
Yeah.
Our cookies.
Man, I know at the schoolhouse, man, there's teachers out there probably baking and home ec class, and as a single man, do you bring them tins of cookies and Rice Krispie treats home and explain where they came from, or you just leave them at the job?
I bring them home. Like, again, I don't have us at the house. It's just me. So anything that comes here, I'm eating it. So I can, if I trust the person cooking it, like we were talking about earlier, and those are somebody, yes, they're coming home.
So I'm just asking. I don't know how this works. So if you have a date and they come to your house and the cookies are there, do you explain the story behind the cookies, or what do you do?
If they ask.
Oh, okay.
You in the military? What's the saying? You know what I'm getting at. There you go. Don't ask no questions. You ain't got to worry about not liking the answer.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave it at that. You ask a question, I'm gonna answer it. Don't get mad.
I better go to Fred. Fred, I know your direct clients ain't making you no cookies. They ain't with you no more. So
oh my God.
Cookies get made, Rice Krispie treats, What's your favorite cookie, Fred?
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies. Somebody got the sugar just dripping on them. And they say, Fred, I know you like these. You take them cookies home, or what happens with the cookies?
Yeah, you guys ever heard of dry snitching? So, you know, dry snitching, you know, for like those of you that don't know what it is, dry snitching is when somebody snitch on you without, you know, they kind of do it on the low. And so the reason why I have to bring the cookies home, and Everett, I get what you're saying. The cookies were made for me, but I'm bringing them home to the family. And
Yes.
if I don't bring the cookies home, somebody's going to be at the Christmas party saying something to the effect of, Fred, you know, those are some great cookies that such and such made. And if I don't bring them home, my wife's going to be looking at me like, well, you know, you didn't tell me about these cookies or who made them or anything like that. So I've been a victim of dry snitching too many times. So I have to bring them home. That like they're leaving them at the office is not an option.
No.
So yeah, I don't know how she knew that I like sugar cookies. I can say, you know, her and her husband made them, all this other stuff.
Well, that sounds like Jennifer. Jennifer said it was 2 people in the kitchen at the same time.
It was
Rolling-
2 people in the kitchen at the same time.
Making
Rolling out
cookies for me. Yeah. So yeah, I have to, and I have to come home and tell the story because I don't want to hear it from anyone else. I need to hear it from me.
Shout out to all the people that's watching, listening, laughing right now at our holiday party stories, who are thinking about their own scenarios, their own life right now, and how they need to get their stories together. You had heard 4 different versions of cookies being made from we to us. Nothing, you know, don't ask no questions. I won't tell you no lies. So, hey, shout out to everyone on the cookie story. So I'm glad I asked that. Just another question. So, Fred, as you get ready for the holidays and the holidays are here and you're sitting around the dinner table and there's someone new at the dinner table who wasn't there maybe even for Thanksgiving or Easter. How do we go about this conversation at the dinner table? Because I'm trying to help people navigate the holidays. I'm trying to get people to navigate the holidays. Do you ask the person who brought the guests, like, is this someone new or man, you had 2 more before this? How do you navigate that during the holidays?
Everyone will tell you, like with my nephews, it's very seldom ever. Now you correct me wrong. Very seldom do we ever see the same person twice. I'm like, who you saw for Christmas for Thanksgiving, probably won't be there for Christmas. And then if we do something for New Year's, it'd be somebody different between.
Is this dry snitching? Or
Wasn't you just the one talking about dry snitching?
Hey, I'm stating facts. I'm just stating facts. So it's always just like, hey, you know, hey, baby, you know, who are you? Who are your folks? What you do? And before you can even get to know them and know what their likes and dislikes are, there's somebody else taking their place. So you know, listen, J-Mac, it's slightly different between dry snitching and just stating facts, man. Like, I don't even take time to get to know who they really are, phone number. Like, you know, I would ask because I'm curious, but I really don't care because next week you won't be here.
Wow.
Ooh.
Always have somebody new at the dinner table.
Wow.
Yikes on bites.
J-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Don't bring Fred to any of your dinner functions because that's like he might tell. As a single person, do you ever get those questions on who this is or who that is? You know, you show up to the dinner.
The thing with my family is if you bring anybody around, that first time we're going to take it easy. If you make it to the second time, that means we know you got a little seriousness with it, and it's all in with the jokes, it's all in with the questions. You getting cracked on, you getting jonesed on, whatever you want to call it. So we'll give you that grace that first time just because we don't know your sense of humor or whatever. But yeah, you're allowed to ask just because, like I said, you know, who your people are, who, you know, where you from, what you do. Now, are we getting into what y'all serious and how long y'all been together? We'll kind of leave that off. But yeah, it's gonna be questions asked just because we want to know who you are. So you're cordial the first time. After that, yeah, anything goes on.
So it sounds like J-Mac, you talking in the third person since you the single one on the show. But okay, we get it. They gonna ask you questions. Okay.
Yeah. First time around, you get just the general questions. You try to figure out your people and who you are, where you work, how do y'all meet, what do you know each other from. After that, we cracking on your shoes. If you got If your wig messed up, we're gonna get on you. If you come through and find out your car got a flat tire, you got the donut on the back, we're gonna crack on you. Whatever it is, you getting joked on. So once you in the house, that's the rule with the family. First time you're a visitor. Second time, you part of the family. Go get your own drink, make your own food. You're gonna get cracked on.
No, shout out to the people that's watching and commenting so far. And to Neil's question, I don't accept food from strangers, so I would never bring anything home. I don't even talk about work, so that's just how I interact in life. I don't talk about work at all. It's very rare that you hear anybody who I work with come out my mouth in a home setting. So if I brought something home, that'll look strange. Like, well, who this? Who made these? So no, I don't. Want to say good evening to everyone also as we first full day after as winter started and it's getting cold. Everett, speaking of cold, Fred.
Wait, don't skip me on the last question.
No, I'm on the question.
Okay.
Listen, speaking of cold, your first cousin just told on everybody in your family. So how do you handle new people showing up to family events?
Man, my memory bad, so I'm gonna get them mixed up. That's just that's just all there is to it. Like, I'm gonna ask a girl about something and she ain't gonna know nothing about what I'm talking about, and then that's when I'm gonna figure out it ain't the same one. Like I really can't keep them straight in my head, and don't really try. For personally, like I learned from my cousins who are much more advanced when it comes to dating relationship than I was, and I was sitting there thinking about it. I think it might come from like our parents and grandparents probably didn't date that much growing up, so they probably married the first person they ever like hold hands with. You know what I mean? And so when you bring that girl for the first time, man, they taking pictures. That picture going up on the wall, and it's gonna stay there. You married to somebody else, and them pictures still in circulation. Old girlfriend still come out. Nah. So I made the decision just like, nah, man, I ain't bringing nobody around till I'm serious, cause like I don't need these kind of problems. So that's what I would suggest. If just don't be bringing everybody around unless it's serious. But to each his own. But if you don't want to take the chance of me calling that chick somebody else's name, man, just don't bring around me. Like I don't know what to tell you, because I can't keep up with them.
Well, we just got a facts on that. Somebody just said facts.
Don't bring your girl around me.
Play it for real.
So for the people that's watching tonight, like, man, they usually talk about such serious conversation. I promise you, this is serious. You mess around and call somebody the wrong name at a family function at the holidays, everybody about to have a long night at that family dinner table, especially on Christmas. Jennifer.
Yes.
You already get cookies made by families, so when family functions happen, people have different guests they might bring. We always have one family member is just a player. They out in these streets, and you don't know what's going on. How do you handle that on the holidays? Do you act like you they gonna be a part of the family, or you be like, you just short time?
Now my family is really accepting, and my family is very much like, come, welcome, you're here with us today. But I keep my distance because you're right, you may not be here next week. So I don't need to get to know you. I don't need the emotional investment of getting to know who you are, because you may not be here tomorrow. Now, if we get to gathering 2 and gathering 3 and you're still around, come on. Let's get together. Hey girl, come on, girl. Let's go over here. Let's help me make this, girl. But no, not that first time. I don't invest time into that. My family is really very welcoming and very accepting of whoever comes. It actually scares me sometimes. The family is so too welcoming. I'm like, I don't know these people. Who are these people at this house? But it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, I will say, Lamont, it is always awkward when you have a family gathering, then you go to take that, group picture because y'all ain't seen each other in a year, and somebody got
Nah, you don't get in the family pic unless you in fact. Nah, you can't do that.
Hey, baby,
Lady pictures.
You take the picture. You aren't in the picture.
Yeah.
Nah, don't do that too quick.
Yeah.
Wait, and then too much, I was going to, toss this out there. Now, this is just our family. Now, the whole question of, hey, baby, who your kinfolk? And they want to kind of run down the family tree to make sure that, you guys are not related some kind of way.
Yeah.
See, we never have that issue. Like, we never have that issue on our family because for the most part, the melanin in the skin is so different, So, we don't have to worry about tracking down that family tree to see if we're cousins because we're not.
And that's how your family tree is branched out.
Well, no, it's just my nephews. They're my heroes, man. They're my heroes.
Well, for everyone that's watching and joining, welcome to Higher Definition Radio. Year 17. We survived all this through 17 years, and we try to have a lighthearted show if we do a show before Christmas, because, man, it's a lot of people stressed out. A lot of people right now worried about how they're going to get these last-minute gifts for their kids, how they're going to make this work in the new year, if they have a job in the new year. So our contribution to society on this night is to make you laugh, make you smile, and also make you think, because man, there's some real world situations be going on around here. Fred, how do we handle the overindulger in drinks and the people that take them long walks during holidays? Like, how we handle that during the holidays? The people who come to the party already with a few too many in them and looking for more.
I can say, man, like this one time I would brag on my family with this. Now, if you would have asked me 25 years ago, I would have been that guy who would have been overindulgent. I would have been that guy they've been talking about.
Come on, Pat.
But I can say, like, for the most part, our family has kind of gotten tame and we've outgrown a lot of that. That we do have a few in my family that they can't control it. So this is on with my siblings. So a few of us have decided to uninvite them to other family gatherings since they can't control that, since they cannot control their alcohol consumption. So we have made an effort to say when we get together, we're going to intentionally not invite this person because they cannot control their alcohol. And it's bad to be that way, but every time we get together, it's an issue. So in order to resolve that, we just won't invite you.
I want to ask Jennifer, but Jennifer sounds like she got an upstanding family. And then don't get it twisted. Folks who drink wine think they better than everybody else.
Right.
We drink wine. They think they better.
Jennifer still wine.
Winos out there now.
Jennifer, how do you handle the overindulger during the holidays? Because some people, that's their time to let their hair down, and they get started early. Like
hide it
early. How do you handle that?
Hide it.
Hide it.
Hide it. Yes. You start seeing that person. You start seeing that person go left a little bit. You got to put the punch up. You got to put the bottle away. You got to put it in the back of the cabinet where they don't know where it's at. Hide it. Hide it.
To their car to get it.
I was about to say, true drinkers they
got their own.
You're right. You're right. But typically, that's what if we see somebody doing a little bit too much, we'll put it away in a place where they don't know where it's at. But you're right, true drinkers will have it in their car, but I like to hide it. Hide it back in the cabinet. Nobody can find it. Because it can definitely ruin. It can ruin the mood, But I know it's not saying it's the healthiest thing to do, but people, like you said, at the holidays, they're de-stressed and they're letting their hair down, they're enjoying it, but it can ruin it for everybody. So when it gets to a certain point, just hide it. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yeah.
They drinking everything out here.
We ain't touched that yet.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh boy. J-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man. The overindulger, the people that got to walk down the road. How you manage that during the holidays, man? Because it can be rough out here.
I come from a family that likes to indulge, but we really don't have as many problems with overindulgence. So luckily, that's not really a problem for us. Of course, you're gonna have situations where cousin Joe might have a little bit too much that particular night. It's not like he has too much every night, but this particular function he might have had a little bit too much. So somebody will drive him home, or he'll just spend the night, sleep it off a little bit. And as far as those long walks, if that's what you do to indulge, that's fine. So again, we really don't have a lot of issues when my family gets together with that particular problem. So we all like our particular adult beverage. You bring what you bring, I bring what I bring, and we can share, or however you want to do it. If you like those, that little funny smelling plant, then you do that on your own. That just is what it is. So, I don't judge. So that's not really a problem we've had usually with my family.
That made Everett's neck itch. I don't know if y'all saw that. His neck itch just talking about alcohol and funny trees. Everett, how do you handle? Because, how do you handle the overindulger? Because you can be a little tough, man. So I'm just wondering how you deal with that, but in a nice way. Like you probably one of the nicest tough people I know.
That ain't really something I ever had to deal with too much. I guess in our family, we always had respect for the house, in the main house. Like, I don't ever remember anybody. My granddaddy, I don't remember seeing him drink a beer inside my grandmama's house. Like, he had his little tool shed, his little barn he used to go out into. And like in my mother's house, like I don't remember anybody drinking inside of there. Like, whatever it is you gonna do, you do it before you get there, or do it, when you leave. And that, people had that kind of old school approach to it. I remember going to some family reunions where, everybody be gathered in one area, then you have another group of people gather around that open trunk, and again they kept it almost like the Godfather. They kept it respectful. They kept it away from kids. You know what I'm saying? And but we didn't really have a whole lot of problems. So again, that's something I really haven't had to deal with. Not to say that we don't have anybody. I'm not saying that people in our family don't drink, and I'm not. There's nothing wrong with drinking, even though I don't do it. But again, like, people tend to be pretty responsible with their drinking.
No, I think
we brought up a good point just now. Yeah, if you got somebody that can't handle it, you kind of warn them beforehand. Like, look, don't come over here doing all that. The kids is around, blah, 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 blah. If you can't handle it, just don't come. And you give them that grace. Like, you're welcome to come, but and once you break that trust, you just don't get invited anymore.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, like, just the respect that people had. And I remember, somebody in our family, he used to drink, and he would be sloppy drunk, and then as soon as he get around my grandmama, he'd be like he'd be sober.
Straight up.
Just walking and talking straight, and then get out of her sight and back sloppy again. So it's just a level of respect that we just have for our elders, and that's something that was kind of ingrained in us. Don't curse around them, don't curse in the house. Again, we don't be fighting and arguing or anything like that. Anything you want to do, you got to do it out before you get there, or do it when you leave. But don't do it in the house around the elders. That's just disrespectful.
No, and I'm just thinking back, like, alcohol as a whole. And I've only been Black, so I don't know about other ethnicities. But that used to be a very common thing on the holidays. To race to get drunk, and folks, come to go from house to house to house, visiting people they hadn't saw all year, and cracking them hard walnuts, and eating out of that dish, but that hasn't changed. Like, I don't see that anymore. People who, racing to get drunk, they starting on Christmas Eve. I think that's a good thing. Like you don't see that, but I know DUIs and took a toll on that too. People were scared of the SR22 insurance, so it's a different time we in.
And see, now our house, our grandmother's house, be so hot, man. I'm serious, man.
Yeah. That probably is what sobered them up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like
Yeah.
we would
Dehydrated.
Yeah, we would slip outside. We'd be drinking Seagram 7 with orange juice. That junk was terrible. And but by the time you walk inside, man, like you would sweat. Like it, whatever you had in you will be out.
Them pigs be cooking all day. Them ham hocks.
Yeah.
Man,
She had a wood stove. As soon as it
Ooh,
cool off a little bit,
yes.
they'll throw one more in there and start
Oh,
chugging. Like, here we go.
Hey, when they open up that door, you see embers flying out that baby. I'm right there. Down.
man, we talking about holiday memories, and I hope this conversation for the people that's watching and listening brings back positive holiday memories or thoughts for you. Fred, favorite Christmas gift, man? Like the one, you know, you would tell anybody about.
Man, the older I get, now I sat up on this one because the older I get, I appreciate this gift more than anything I've ever gotten before. Growing up in church, you know, for Christmas, church and folks, they didn't have a lot of stuff to give you. They would give you that little paper bag with, you would get an orange or apple, maybe a few pieces of mint candy. I think I remember getting a piece of butterscotch in it every now and then. Like I look back now and I appreciate those gifts probably more than anything I've ever, received. I told Everett about this. I actually bought my grandkids a Snoopy snow cone machine for Christmas this year. And I wanted one so bad. So I've already started buying the refills and all this other junk.
You wanted one.
I wanted one so bad as a kid. So when I saw it, I got it for my grandkids. But out of the radios, the go-karts, the turbo hoppers, all that stuff we had as kids, the bag that I got from church with the brown paper bag is probably the thing that I enjoyed the most that we need to bring back with the shoes, Mont.
We might have to get a campaign. J-Mac, favorite Christmas gift?
I was a Lego kid coming up, so that was one of the gifts I would always get, just some sort of Lego set, and I would always get a remote control car. Like those were the two toys that I remember getting just about every Christmas that I would play with just over and over and over with. I think the one gift I had the most fun with was the year I got a go-kart. That's probably why I drive like I drive now, because you just get out there in the yard and tear up something. But yeah, like those, that was just a almost like a core memory for me. I was a Lego kid at heart. It would always be one of those big kits with the 400, 500, and 600 pieces and some sort of little radio control car, and I could play with them. I will say something that he just said about the snow cone. I literally picked up the Snoopy snow cone maker, and I was going to get one for my niece and nephew, and I put it back because I knew my sister was going to say it's making too much mess. I was going to get one dish. Like I picked it up. This might have been a couple of days ago, and I put it back down because I knew my sister, she's going to, don't get that. They mama wasn't going to have it, so I put it back.
Man, it ain't your house, man. Get it anyway, man.
They're taking it to them. They ain't going to eat it here. They ain't messing up my house.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to all the churches that's still giving out them fruit bags, man.
I just got one.
Yeah, I'm saying, man, church ain't the same without them fruit bags. Shout out to the churches that
still popcorn in there.
If I don't get a bag, that means y'all don't love me, man.
Yeah.
Pecans and walnut.
I know we got two more people to get to. I do see a movement from Christmas plays for kids, though. As I've asked different churches, if the kids put on a play, I keep hearing no. That tells me society is shifting away from that with these, the little Jesus and the manger, just we got to be careful. Like some of this stuff going to go by and we're going to be wondering what happened. Jennifer, favorite Christmas gift?
Well, I'll say I can't really recall like a favorite Christmas gift, but I have a favorite Christmas gift tradition from my father. So every Christmas, my dad buys me a teddy bear, and he's been doing this since 1993. And he takes the teddy bear, he gets a big teddy bear with a ribbon, and he stitches the year that he's giving me the teddy bear into the ribbon. And so I have accumulated 30 teddy bears.
Wow.
But he always says, if I can ever afford to get you anything, I'm gonna always get you a teddy bear. I am his only child, so I
That's
give
neat.
that yes, but no, it is definitely special. So I'll be getting another teddy bear in a few days, but I'm very thankful for that. So that's a favorite Christmas tradition toy that I have with my daddy. I love my daddy.
Daddy's
That's
girl.
neat. That is
Yes.
gonna make me like do something for my daughter and be
That's what I'm sitting there thinking.
like,
Man, I have to quiet.
Yeah,
I have
Yeah,
31.
yeah.
I have 30 teddy bears. I said, Dad, I need you to make them a little smaller, but he gets the big ones. It's all good.
Oh, wow.
I'm thankful. Yeah.
man, that's big time. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to Pops for doing that. That's
Yeah.
like
He makes me feel like a real loser. Appreciate
No.
and
You gotta have a
No.
room full of teddy bears, don't you?
Yes.
you
Yes,
can't
I'm
get rid of them. Not
Can't
one
get,
of 'em.
no, can't get rid of any of them. Can't get rid of any of them. But that is
Man.
something that we do every Christmas.
Shout out to your dad.
Yeah,
He's making
shout out
us
to
look
my dad.
bad in these streets. Everett,
No.
go ahead and tell us about your easy bake oven, whatever you got, because it ain't gonna compare to what she's doing over there.
Nah, man, look, hey, you laughing about the Easy Bake Oven, but them doggone cakes was fire, bro. Like I could have.
Yeah, man.
I wish I had an Easy Bake Oven.
They still selling.
Yeah, but so when you was asking that question, man, I'm thinking about my Space Invader bike. You know, Fred, we had magic bikes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about the boom box with the lights on it. I mean, that just changed my life, man. And
The Atari.
hey, that oh man, Atari, what a 13-inch color TV in my room, man. Just
With the knob twister.
yeah, boy.
Knob fall off. Got to get some pliers.
But I'll say the best gift, and I would say my favorite gift was actually a gift I gave, and I talked about this before on here, but this is my first job. It was like 1992. Just started working, and I was able to save up and buy my mom's microwave, man. And and I just felt like I had did something, you know what I'm saying? And I don't remember what I got that year, but I remember I had that great big old, microwaves back then was like, it was huge, but it cost more. It cost a lot of money too. And but I remember saving up, man, to get my mom's a microwave. And I actually got sick on Christmas Eve, and I had to spend Christmas Day in the hospital, and that was the thing that depressed me more. That I had been waiting so long to watch my mom, open that big box, and so I had to wait a whole extra day, just to see that. But yeah, that's my favorite. All that more important than anything I ever got, and I appreciate all my gifts from everybody. But nah, man, being able to get my mom's that, man, I felt like a little man in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm still her favorite.
Yeah. I still don't run nothing, but I still felt like I was, and Fred's still the favorite. So yeah. Right.
Well, y'all something else.
See, man, he told that story to get one up on me, man.
That was like.
Yeah. Jennifer, she hurts my feelings because now I realize I'm not a good dad to my daughter.
No.
Now Ever has to bring up how he saved his money, struggled, went to the hospital to buy his mom a microwave, and I'm just a loser. Jimmy, go ahead and brag on yourself so I can feel even worse.
I don't have anything to say, sir. I'm right here with you, so I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna be humble and quiet on this one. So I can't top that as far as a gift. I can't top that as far as like the every year for 30 years getting something. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Dude, I got work to do. And Everett, he probably fell down on purpose so he can make dramatic when he bring this microwave, man. Good job, Everett.
Oh yeah.
Nothing on purpose about that.
Good job, Everett.
I just made a better story, I guess.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna ask y'all what was your worst gift, but what was some of your family members or people you know? One of my brother-in-laws, his dad got him a pack of socks for Christmas one year, man. He ain't like, you talk to him about this, it hurts. Like, you can tell that was deep pain. That a comb and a pair of socks. That's what he got for Christmas one year.
Wow.
Like, man, that's one of them things you might have to spin back around and ask as adults. Like, hey, what was going on? Why a comb and a pair of socks that year? Fred, you ever heard any hard luck stories on?
I'm sitting there thinking about, like, I can't tell you anything that I got that I didn't appreciate. But I will tell you, like, I didn't like the fact that my older son was really struggling trying to work and get himself established after he graduated college, and he came home last year, I think it was last Christmas, with these gifts, and I'm thinking, well, dang man, like, where did you come up with the money to buy this stuff? And this dude's been out selling plasma or like whatever it is to buy gifts. I'm like, bro, you didn't have to go to that extent to do gifts, man. It's not that serious. And so I appreciated what he did, but I'm like, man, it's really not that serious, man. And so
oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's the measure of you being a good dad that he wanted to
do. I'm Fred knew he was struggling, could have gave him some money.
No.
Okay, all right.
Hey, J-Man, what did I do?
No, that's the fact that he want to make that sacrifice for you.
You were such a good dad that he felt like he had to do that. He had to literally give up his bodily fluid, his life force to get you a good gift. So you were a good dad. I'm gonna fix that. You were a great dad, sir.
Okay.
That's how much he felt he had to give you something.
Fred around the house claiming poor all the time. We ain't got it. You got a kid out there selling plasma. No, Fred, I shouldn't have went to you. J-Mac. Come on, J-Mac.
You like I said, when you're young, your grandparents do the thing like the socks and the combs, whatever. So you get those things and you don't appreciate it as much as a child as you do an adult because you understand fixed income and things like that. So I can't really think of a bad Christmas gift I've gotten from a family member. If I'm gonna say like the worst gift I got, this is from work because we do the Secret Santa thing, and I've been at my school for 14 years, and I've done the Secret Santa just about every year, and every year I've loved it. They gave me stuff I liked. This year everything was good. They gave me the things that was good. Everything was straight. It was one year. I mean, I'm getting packs of paper and pencils, and like it was just like that Secret Santa. To this day, is like it makes me weary every time that email comes out. If you gonna do the Secret Santa, come see the lady at the front office and get your paperwork and fill out your thing. I'm like, if I get another one like that, I'm gonna be upset. So I try to be a good Secret Santa, and I've always appreciated the good Secret Santas, but that one, and I know who it was. I mean, I eventually found out, and I played it off like, oh, thank you, for the paper and the school supplies, whatever. But yeah, I hope you don't ever draw my name again.
Jeremy, unburden yourself. Who was it? Call the name. They say call the name.
No. I don't do names. You keep
Give
stuff
initials.
You don't do names.
Hey, the rule is don't get fired.
My Secret Santa from this year was very good. I was very satisfied, and my Secret Santa person I was given to, he said he was satisfied. So it was a good year both ways. So that's all that matters.
So Everett, I mean, no packs of paper store or kids giving plasma because daddy won't give them no money. Like, I mean, Everett, you got anything for us?
Nah, first of all, I don't do Secret Santa. I got enough junk around here, and I don't like. Me, I'm not no big shot, but I ain't got no need for no cheap stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you can't spend like $100, like I don't want it. I'm good. Like we got enough can openers. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no pocket knife. I'm good. Think. But like I said, they say it's the thought that counts. Just think about me.
You ain't think too hard, did
you? Yeah.
But I would say the worst gift. I appreciate all the gifts I got. I can't honestly.
You gonna preload it, huh?
Nah, I'll say the worst gift was probably a gift that I gave. My mom, she gave me like $20 to go to the school store. They had they were selling Christmas gifts you can get for your family. She gave me $20, and then I bought my dad a bottle opener. I bought my mom 2 candles, and I spent $17 worth of candy.
Y'all terrible, man.
That's about the worst. Yeah. Well, them little candy sticks you used to get the different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
But I was the man. I was the man in school that day. So
we had candy sticks everywhere in every pocket.
Then you flipped it and kept the money, didn't you?
Oh, huh?
You flipped it and kept the money.
Yeah. Like I said, man, bought my $17 worth of candy, man. Just it came up.
And you worked your way to a microwave.
He felt so guilty,
Yeah.
Jennifer.
I had some making up to do.
Only woman. Come on, you gotta. Ooh, boy. Anything in the bad list, but these guys been on something. I don't know what they've been doing.
I mean, I too am grateful for every gift that I receive. However, my family like makes a big deal out of Christmas and presents and making sure that everybody has a nice present. So I'm not going to say which family member it was because I don't want to incriminate anyone, but I stressed over getting a nice gift for this family member and this family member's then fiance, now spouse, and I got a $10 Zaxby's card.
That kicking chicken. That's
That
what you
chicken,
got.
chicken, and I was expected to
No
share
drink.
that $10 gift card with my spouse.
Wow.
I think you need to go ahead and call the name and free.
No,
Yeah.
they know who they are. If they
Probably
see this, they know who they are because
private.
I didn't talk to that person for a good 6 months.
Let's not carry these burdens into 2025. Go ahead and free y'all need to free yourself.
Hey, Mark, let me tell you about this right quick. Now, it wasn't a gift to me, but I oftentimes laugh about it. My wife and I, we talk. I talk plenty of trash to her. My father-in-law, he had bought a little ride-along toy, whatever. My son was probably a year old, and I've never seen like a little Power Wheels, anything that's front-wheel drive. So he tried to put this thing together. It was like a little motorcycle, whatever. He tried to put it together, and the front wheels were trying to pull, but it wasn't designed for that.
Oh no.
So we took the gift home, and I had to tear it apart to put it back together, so that it could operate right. So oftentimes, remind her every Christmas when I'm putting toys together, I have to remind her about how her dad didn't get it right.
No, I remember I talked to you one Christmas, man. You sound like you was about to cry. You brought your son a remote control airplane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he never got to fly it.
It was in the tree. You had to call the fire department to come up there. Man, J-Man, we ended up having to cut the whole tree down and then smash the plane.
We was at same thing at a cousin's house once before, and my little cousin had got one of them drones and flew up in a tree. Here come the uncle. Give me the shotgun. Shot, and he hit the branch that he was trying to hit. Freed the it was a perfect shot. So he was a crack shot with it. So yeah, we got it back down. I did get one of those remote control planes before, but I crashed it. So
yeah,
man. Shout out to all the kids out there who gonna tear some stuff up within the first hour of getting it on Wednesday, because they all out there, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them kids, man, because it is tough out there. Want to say thank you for everyone who's watching, joining, laughing with us as we're a couple days from Christmas. Because man, it is serious out here. Shout out to my cousin. Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Like, we ain't got older. Like, all of us aging now. We all grew up within doors. So I grew up with two aunts my uncles basically living on the same road, and this is one of his kids. So shout out to my family members who watching. I want to end us on a positive note tonight, and I'm gonna go around. And I'll start with Jennifer. She's a lady. We want to make sure she start off first. She didn't trash the family members for a $10 gift card. Jennifer, can you describe the perfect Christmas for you and your family?
I think the perfect Christmas for me now that I'm older, is just the opportunity to have all my cousins back together. All my family members were able just to sit at a table and break bread. And I'm thankful. I do have one living grandparent left. So we are actually getting together next Saturday, or this coming Saturday. So I'm super excited about that. My cousins together. But I mean, I'll be honest. I also, the other perfect, idea of Christmas for me is being on an island away from South Carolina.
Gracious.
So
family. Okay.
No, we could all do it together. We actually did a Thanksgiving cruise last year.
Try to pull that off with a whole bunch of family folks about getting some money together. See, you trying to go on a bad Christmas.
No. But just going back to like I said, with my cousins growing up, going to Saluda, South Carolina, to my grandparents' house, outside running around chasing fireflies, even though it was summertime, not in the winter. But just being together with the wood stove, I would just love to have that back again. And I would love for my children to be able to experience that. So I'm looking forward to seeing my cousins, just laughing and having a good time. That's the perfect Christmas for me. So I look forward to seeing everybody this weekend.
Now, shout out to all the people who got kerosene heater burns,
Kerosene
burns still on them from kids. Shout out to y'all, because I know you still healing. You still look at that scar and be like, that kerosene.
And the smell of kerosene in your clothes.
Yeah.
In your clothes, in your hair.
Fred, ideal or your picture perfect Christmas?
Well, it's the opposite of what Ms. Hutchinson said. I don't want to be on the island with my family. I
know they out there giving blood for you. You won't
even go on vacation with them.
Yeah. No.
Giving blood to you for you.
Yeah. But I think that for me, like just being able to be around my children, my grandchildren, like I would love to be able to do that again. Oftentimes tell parents, I look back and I was so anxious for my kids to grow up and move away and, kind of get their own life going. And now it is boring. Like it is absolutely boring waking up on Christmas morning and like they're not here. So, we have our grandchildren. We have three of our grandchildren down today, and we have 2 more coming down tomorrow. And we'll do Christmas with them on Christmas Eve. So that's going to be like the highlight of my week. But and I've shared with you guys before, like my oldest son, he's off in the Air Force now, so I won't be able to see him during Christmas. His girlfriend, she's not going to be able to come over because she's with her family. My little bonus son, he's working this weekend. So this is the first time my family is going to be extremely fragmented over this holiday, and I'm not really happy. So I'm looking forward to Christmas 2025. Hopefully, we'll all be able to get back together again and be able to enjoy time together.
So basically, what you're saying is I'm gonna get some extra plates this Christmas.
Yeah, because all of that food that would be consumed, it won't be consumed this go around.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
J-Mac.
Yes, sir.
Favorite or what is your ideal Christmas?
I tell people all the time, like if you ask me what's my biggest blessing, whatever, like I say, I'm gonna say my family. So just getting together with my family, sitting around, eating, cracking jokes, just enjoying each other. My grandmother was actually born on New Year's Eve, so we usually get together for a little family get together this year. And I think this year would have been either 100 or 101. She would have turned this year. So again, I know we're gonna do that. That's the Saturday before New Year's, but situation like that, if I can get my family together, if we just sitting around cracking jokes, having fun, enjoying each other, that's just always the best time for me. Don't even necessarily need the gifts. Of course, that always is a bonus, a little gift exchange. But yeah, as long as I got my family around, we having fun, we eating good and cracking jokes, watching the game, I'm good. I don't need anything extra. I don't need all the bonus stuff. Just give me my family and we good.
Mr. Abel.
Yeah, man, everybody hit some right on the head, man. Some great notes. I was talking to my wife about somebody I know, a lady who lost her husband in January 2023, lost her father in December 2023, and then her mom passed away a couple of days ago. And it kind of put me in the mind of what Tennille was saying, is that also like life hits you so fast and so hard, so quick sometimes. Like we really need to take advantage of the moments that we had to appreciate our family. And man, whatever little petty stuff you got going on, man, hey, it ain't worth it. Like I know somebody who didn't speak to their family for about 40 years. And then when he died, like that family was crushed. And so his sister, like still, I never met her, but she got in contact with me, and we just been staying in contact. And I feel like she's trying to connect with her brother and through me. But like you have to take advantage of the opportunities we have with our families and our loved ones. And you talk about a perfect Christmas, and I treat Christmas just like another Thanksgiving. I mean, like, I don't discourage people from celebrating the birth of Christ, but I want to encourage you to celebrate not just one day out the year, but make that a lifelong, everyday celebration.
No, and I think for me, before we go back around and I wrap up, is family peace, family unity, and health. Like, man, it's a lot of families gonna be together on this Christmas or not be together because something was said 6 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, and it's hard to pull people back together. And if you add the extra bonus this year, the politics that's going on in this country, it's gonna be hard to get some folks to sit at the dinner table with you. So peace of mind, and health, man. Like, and as I've gotten older, and I, don't think I'm immortal, your own health comes into play. When you think about, like, man, such and such was here and they was this age, and then their health started decline. Like, you have to keep the main thing in the focus. And I agree with Everett that you have to let petty stuff go. Now, don't be no chump out here in these streets. So, but you do have to let some small stuff go in order to keep family unity. J-Mac, I'm gonna start with you. Any final words? Any final thoughts, sir?
I'm just wishing everybody just Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I'm co-signing on that. I know people that little small things are keeping them from having a relationship with their family, and that's so foreign to me that I just can't grasp. Like, yeah, you're gonna have problems with family, but to say I haven't talked to my sister in 5-6 years, I haven't talked to my mother in 10 years, I ain't talked to my cousin in that long. Like, that's foreign to me. So enjoy your family when you have it. You never know when something might happen. Again, Fred, stay in business. That means people living here every day. So enjoy your people while you got them. Let the small stuff go. Love each other. Enjoy each other. Have a happy holidays.
Fred, any final thoughts?
Well, I just think that even like over Thanksgiving, we were at Pearls, and we just, we have a wide variety of conversations, whether it be about politics or race or just, a wide gamut of conversations. And I think that, even though sometimes the conversations can be difficult, I think that they're worth having. And I just think that if we, even in these having these difficult conversations, I think that we need to have them instead of working so hard to avoid them.
Yes.
And again, if we're having these conversations and alcohol is not involved, it's much easier to maintain a level of respect and decorum. And I say alcohol, any type of anything, stimulant or whatever it is. And just be wise enough to know that if you're pressing somebody's buttons, and Everett always say, don't ever be willing to die on a particular mountain over a particular issue. I just think that as we grow as families, we need to have these conversations about insurance. We need to have conversations about finance. We need to have conversations about politics. We need to have conversations about these things we work so hard to avoid, because we have to come to the realization that our children can only build on the foundation that we've laid. And if we've worked so hard trying to avoid it, they're having to do work that we should have done. And I think it just throws them even further behind. So loving your folks, encourage them, be willing to correct them, and also be the example that they need to follow.
That must have been a minister or pastor talking right there. That wasn't a mortuary guy.
No. Listen, I did throw in insurance because I need to get that. We need that.
And before I go to Everett, Jennifer, shout out to the guest tonight. A very professional group here who's not afraid to laugh on camera, like not to have a good time. So shout out to that, man, because sometimes we see people from a distance and we think they one way, and they're humans. They just like you and I, laugh, cry, regrets, happiness, sadness, money issues. So shout out to y'all for being vulnerable enough to let people see you laugh and let your hair down. Jennifer, besides, the $10 gift card, any final thoughts?
Don't give me a $10 gift card. No, no. In all seriousness, no. I just want to echo what everyone was saying, what J Mac and what Mr. Frederick was saying. I definitely want everybody to just love on your people this holiday season. And I'll be honest, I'm convicted myself, of even that thought. Now, I'm not going years without talking to people, but just remembering that everybody has something going on, and just be mindful of that during the holiday season, and be cognizant and be compassionate and be what you want other people to be to you. So that's a reminder for me. So thank you, gentlemen, for that gentle reminder. But have a good time and enjoy yourselves. And to all of the teachers and the educators, I just want to personally say thank you for what you've done for our kids, especially, shout out to Rock Hill Schools, but shout out to all the schools in the Tri-County area, definitely. But Merry Christmas, everybody. Lamont, thank you for having me on here. Really enjoyed it. It was nice talking to you all. And I'm gonna get y'all on some mayonnaise. I'm gonna make something with mayonnaise in it. I'm gonna get it. Y'all gonna like it. I'm bringing it to
my wife. I'm saying, can she make this for us?
I made it for you. You both. I made it for you both.
Napkin, upside down plate.
Oh my gosh.
That's the technique.
Man, I want to say something before I ever go. Jennifer made me think about something that, I'm paraphrasing, treat people the way you want to be treated. Everett, I don't know if that's going to work with us, man, because Everett called me sometimes and we'll talk, and he be looking, I think, for sympathy or something. I'm just giving him the blues. And he was like, it just happened a couple weeks ago, and it happens a lot. He'd be like, man, I called the wrong person. Like, what you looking for from me? You ain't about to get, you finna get some jokes, the blues. Why you do this? Man, that was a crazy move. I'm probably not the most sympathetic person to call, but Everett, any final thoughts, sir?
First of all, I don't be looking for no sympathy.
Oh, my bad.
Just discussing the matter, and not necessarily wanting to get hollered at. I grew up getting hollered at, and as a grown man, it's something I can't tolerate. Being hollered at by another grown man.
Yeah.
But I guess that's me being overly sensitive. I don't know. But anyway, along the lines of some of these difficult conversations we need to have, folks need to stop lying to their kids. Santa Claus ain't real.
Whoa.
Wait. No.
Jesus wasn't born on December 25th.
No.
That's how we're going to end this, Everett?
You did go to him last.
But with all that being said, have a Merry Christmas and happy
after you ruined it.
What are you talking about, man?
No,
man. If
He
Santa
just put
Claus
mayonnaise
was
all
born
over it.
Christmas, he's doing it wrong.
But I'm telling you this, I promise I'm gonna let you go. Now, ever remember now, I cried myself to sleep one night. My Uncle Buddy told me that Santa Claus wasn't coming because he broke his leg. I cried myself to sleep, and you're gonna do it to me again, Everett. Can't believe
Man,
this.
hey, you can't play around with young people's faith, man.
Man, listen, don't invite Everett to any holiday gatherings. Disinvite him if you're a family member. Fred, cut him off too. Cut him off like you and cut the other members off.
He's off. He's on that list.
Cut him off.
Gracious. Not only
Santa Claus will be here on Wednesday.
yes,
And we're gonna cut him off, and we're going to his mom's house for dinner.
Amazon be there Tuesday night.
Matter of fact, we do the NORAD tracker in my house every year and track Santa. So let's not play with this, Everett. And I ain't saying no big secret, but Santa is white. I don't care what you look like. Don't be trying to play around with this. Stop fooling yourselves. But I'm happy this Christmas. So I'm happy for this season. Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a blessed time this week. Eat all the food you want to eat. Don't let nobody tell you you're getting fat, because you always got the one family member say you done picked up a few pounds. Don't let them tell you that. Eat all the food you want. Yeah, it's always one family member gonna tell you gain a little bit of weight now. You need to push back from that table, especially if you get the older folks together. Like, they gonna tell you quick.
No mayonnaise, can't do it. Not eating it.
I got you. Oh, and
No,
go Tigers, by the way. Go Tigers.
Oh, Lord.
Again, I want to thank Jennifer, our new school board. What's your official title, Jennifer, for the school board?
I am the vice chair, but we are trustees. But yes, we're the school board trustee, but I am the vice chair of the school board.
If you were living in my mama's era, they'd call you a straw boss.
Oh,
You're the
come
straw
on.
boss. You're the straw boss.
Come on.
But I'm very honored to be the straw boss.
Yeah.
I'm very honored and thankful for the people that considered me for that.
Congratulations for all the people that voted for you for the campaign you ran. J Mac, thank you for all you do in education.
Absolutely. Thank you, J Mac.
Fred, I don't know what part. Thank you for being in ministry. Let me go there first.
Yes. Yeah.
Your other job, a mortician. Yeah. Thank you.
Somebody got to do it.
Somebody, well, thank you for that. Yeah.
And Mr. Abel, man, as always, I know we'll talk 30 times before now and Christmas. Everett is the person, for y'all don't know, if I have a random thought in my head, no matter what time it is, I'm calling them to get it out my head so it's transferred to someone else. And then 9 times out of 10, he ain't solved the exact same thing I ain't solved or read the same article. So we always in tune on that kind of stuff. So shout out to Mr. Abel for this new year. From Higher Definition, I want to say thank you. Thank you for all the people who watch us, who supported us for these 17 years, for all the people who encourage us to keep doing more. I know tonight's show was a little bit different, but it's supposed to be different. It's holiday time, and we all need to relax a little bit. Please keep a close eye and pray for people who have lost loved ones, people who might not be having the best time this year, not able to find that laughter in this time of year. So keep each other close in prayer and closely lifted up as we go through it. And with that, I would say please have a blessed and safe holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and just being I don't know about we need to talk about Kwanzaa, because there's always a family member at your event who wants to celebrate Kwanzaa too, and we need to cut that out. But in that, be blessed, everyone. Have a safe holiday.
White Santa, no Kwanzaa. I got you.
And Santa should be almost getting ready to leave the North Pole in the next couple of days. So be blessed and Merry Christmas, everyone.